All right, so lots of people have had questions about this improper fractions page. So what I'm going to do is start you off on each question. So if you need it, you'll have some support here. So for question 1, we know that 4 linking cubes represents 1 whole. So that's like my chocolate bar. And that is why the denominator in the first 2 is 4. Okay, so right now I have 7 out of 4, okay, and 1 whole. I know I've got cubes like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be 4 out of 4, but I have an additional 3, 2, 3. So this would be modeled like this, 4 cubes plus 3 cubes equals 7 out of 4. That's A. Okay, so you can try B yourself. For C, this is interesting that they told you that 1 whole was equal to 4, and then they made your denominator 2, so you have to do a little bit of extra work. To make it represent 4 as a whole, you need to multiply it by 2, so you should have 14 out of 4. This fraction is just the reduced version. They are trying to trick you with that. So now you just draw 4 linking cubes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, that would be 8 out of 4. Now I have 12 out of 4, 13, 14. That would be my 7 halves, right? Or 14 fourths. And you can see that 7 halves would be the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 2. That's the same. Okay, you go ahead with B. Okay, let's have a look at number 2. Brittany can fill 1/8 of a carton in 5 minutes. Use a fraction to represent the numbers or the number of cartons she can fill in 50 minutes. So 1 whole carton is still 8 out of 8, right? And that is 5 minutes in 5. Okay, so how do I get from 5 minutes to 50 minutes? I multiply it by 10. So in 50 minutes, she would fill 10/8 in 50 minutes. So I know you're wondering why I didn't multiply the bottom by 10, and that is because we are only talking about how much she's filling up. We're not changing the size of the carton. Okay? So when you're working with fractions, you have to think about what they're actually asking you here. Okay, so that question that I just did is very similar to number 4. So you can use question 2 to help you with question 4. This one, I will do A for you. Okay, so in number 3, 3 linking cubes is 1 whole. Okay, so I know that 3 is my denominator because 1 whole is 3. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fractional cubes for A. This is number 3A. Okay, so that should help you figure out how to do B. 4 is, like I said, pretty much the same as question 2, which I already explained. Which improper fraction does each diagram show? Okay, I will do, let's see, I'll do 5B for you. So I just have to figure out how many makes a whole, what my denominator is. So each is chopped into 2 pieces. That means we're talking about halves here. Okay, So now I count how many halves I have. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halves. Okay, so that's 5b. Hopefully that should help you figure out 5a. 6, you are just going to draw your boxes. Okay, so I'll do 6 fifths and you try 17 fourths yourself. So to do, let me move my book up a little bit. To do 6 fifths, I know that would be okay, so 5 cubes is 1 whole. My denominator tells me that. The denominator tells me how much is in a whole. So I've got 5 fifths, and now I've got 6 fifths. And if you're excited about next week, when we do mixed numbers, that's actually 1 and 1 fifth. But don't get excited yet. Okay, you try 17 fourths. Hope that helps.